So if you're interested in getting an espresso machine or a latte maker, you've come to the right place. I've owned the Dedica DeLonghi espresso machine for the last 2 years, and I'm gonna let you know what I think of it, how reliable it is, and how good the coffee actually tastes. So let's get right into the review. First things off, the design of this espresso machine kind of sold me on it compared to other brands such as the Breville competitor. It's only about 4 inches and it's about maybe like 10 inches long, but it's really nice just to fit into a smaller kitchen and not take up much space. On top of that, there also is a water compartment that can come off, so it's nice and easy that I can go to my sink, can fill up on water, and then I can put it back in and I'm good to go. So what you're able to make with this machine is a single shot of espresso, you have a double shot of espresso, or if you have like a pre-made espresso pod, you can fit it in here if it fits the specifications. I've never used this and I barely use the single shot. I usually only make the double shot, but these are available if you're interested in them. So with the scoop, you can get your beans out nicely. For the double shot, you usually just do 2 scoops and then you can tamp it to make it smooth. For the purpose of this video, it works fine, but I would probably recommend getting something online if you're really interested in getting the best type of espresso every time you make something with this machine, because this just isn't going to cut it. So you have the handle and you just put the espresso in there. And then it is quite easy. There is an insert and a lock section. So you go to the insert and then all you do is you twist it until it is in the locked position. And another nice thing about this machine is the machine is off right now, it's plugged in. All I have to do is press the button on the side here, which is the power button, and then click any of the buttons and the machine will turn on. And then you're just gonna wait a little while for it to heat up. And right now, since it has been plugged in, it's ready to go. So the machine doesn't take very long whatsoever. Usually when it goes from completely off to being hot enough to make espresso, it's probably less than a minute to heat up, which I really like, especially if you're rushed in the morning. I make a pour over sometimes too, and that takes me like 20 minutes in the morning, so my espresso actually is faster than making my coffee. So I have my 2 espresso mugs here. You can see that there's 2 shots where the espresso can come down, and you have the option here between your single shot on this side, in the middle is your double shot, and then the last button is your frother, which we'll get into at the end of the video. So for my espresso, I press the button, and there we go, the espresso has started. So there we go, those are 2 espresso shots. What I really like about this machine is that you do have these pressurized cups. So you have a bunch of holes in here and it's gonna get you the same type of espresso every single time that way. Super beneficial, especially in this price range, a little bit more affordability. Pour the espresso in here. I'll use a whiskey glass just to show the example, but you do get a nice thing of espresso. That's all you need to do for your espresso. And if you want to one up this, you can actually turn it into a latte maker, but first we'll taste this. And it's very nice espresso. This is the Starbucks espresso roast from Walmart, so I feel like you can just go get that yourself. So now we have our espresso, which tastes great. We'll actually put some milk on that and we'll actually turn it into a latte, which I really like, and I usually make most of my espressos into lattes because I really like cream. Everyone knows that, especially for my coffee. People say I'm kind of ruining the taste, which is true. I've gotten better about black coffee, but I just like milk. So when the single shot and the double shot buttons are solid, then you can actually just twist this lever here on the side and you're gonna just get hot water. So if you ever wanna make tea quickly, just make 1 cup of tea, you can get hot water right away. To make sure you can start frothing your milk, there's that 3rd button we talked about. You just press that, it's gonna start blinking. Once it is a solid color, then you're good to switch the knob on this. Since the light is solid, I have 2 options to make a cappuccino or just to do milk froth. I usually do milk froth. The cappuccino is too aerated for me, and I kind of like more of a latte. So all you have to do once the light is solid for the frothing is you just press the lever down here. So now you just gotta wait till the container that you have is kind of lukewarm or hot, depending on how you want to make your latte. If I'm going on a long trip and I kind of want to have a hot drink in my car, I usually make it pretty hot, but that's usually not the best way to make coffee, but I like to have it hot sometimes when I'm not gonna have it right away. So once it's hot to the touch, you can stop, and there you go. You have a wonderful latte. So if you're interested in getting the DeLonghi Dedica espresso maker, I recommend it. I've used it for 2 years. It's still working well for me. None of the parts have broken down on me. The only thing I'd note is you do have to descale it every once in a while. So you're gonna have all the buttons go red, and that lets you know that you have to perform a function to descale it. I really enjoy it. I love having lattes. If you wanna have a bunch of people over, usually it's not the best. So usually it's only good for 2 people. When I have 4 people or more over, usually it takes like 40 minutes for me to make everything, because you gotta get rid of the beans, you gotta heat up the milk and all this, and then the first person's already done their latte. So it's not the best for a large group of people, but for 1 to 3 people, I'd say it's a great time, and I really enjoy it. I love this latte maker, and I'm really happy that it's lasted this long, and I've had no problems with it. So hope this video helped you decide if the DeLonghi Dedica espresso maker is good for you. I wanna help you out just like I would my brother. See you in the next video.